beats.
Welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pocket sages, and Insta-Lock Jets to tonight's broadcast of Fresno State Valorant over here on twitch.tv/Fresno State Esports. I welcome on in tonight as we are now in week number 8, aka number ocho, for tonight's NECC broadcast as Fresno State Red enters in with another tough task ahead of them, as they are now taking on Cal Poly Panoma, aka Bronco Esports Black. Now, these are two different sides of the coin. On one side, you got a team coming in as the number 2 seed at the moment with only one loss on the season. That team being Bronco Esports Black. The only team they lost to was the team that Fresno State lost to last week, which was Cal State Fullerton Orange. And we saw that Fullerton team was incredibly stacked. But still, Bronco Esports Black is still no team to mess around with. They have still only lost one game on the season, but it's kind of the opposite tail end of the story for Fresno State Red, as they've kind of stumbled a little bit on like a little bit of a roadblock, as they only won one game on the season. However, they still have a chance to make the playoffs. If they can get one win within their next 2 matches, or win at least 2 maps, they're going to be guaranteed a spot in the playoffs with the number 8 seed. So a lot is on the line currently for Fresno State, and we'll see if they are going to be able to bounce back from there. But Fresno State, they do still have a lot of optimism left because, again, it's still a long, or not a long season. There's still some time left in the season to be able to bounce back, because they got this tough matchup against Cal Poly, which they do somewhat have a game plan against. We'll see if it comes into fruition. But they still have next week's match as well against San Marcos, who have yet to win a game on the season. So, depending on how that match goes, Fresno State, they still put themselves in the driver's seat on whether or not they can make playoffs or not. But a win tonight will help their chances on getting a better ranking and a better seeding, and hopefully not have to face up against Cal State Fullerton literally off rip for the start of playoffs. But a playoff spot is on the line for Fresno State, and we'll see if they will be able to convert on that tonight. Which gives a chance to go ahead and talk about this Fresno State roster that's coming on in for the night. From as far as I can see, everyone, it should be roughly around the same thing we've been seeing throughout the whole entire season. Expect Vince Cal, Leaf, Guys, and Sushi to be in on the lineup, and then interchangeable between Ralph or Gozu. Typically just depends on map on what person decides to come on in. If it's something like Ascent, where it's like more of like a longer range engage, expect Ralph to come in. However, if the team wants to play something more like close quarters, per se, like a split, or even like, well, what used to be Bind, that's when we would typically see Gozu in play. Expect Not sure what exactly is going to be the composition as of yet, but we will see once we head into it. Now, it is also a big night tonight because we do have a little bit of change than what we are used to from the previous 8 weeks. So one thing that has changed is not only did we get a new map at the start of this previous season for NECC, but we have a new change that just came in. If you are been following Valorant, you will be aware that we have had a new agent ever since the season did start, and that was the introduction of Gecko. For those of you that haven't touched the game, Gecko is the newest initiator that was brought into Valorant, and his kit brings a couple extra pals into play. His kit, if we go ahead and go through it real quick, I'll just give you an opportunity. So, he does come equipped with a molly, an interesting secondary ability, a new take on the flash, as well as a insane ultimate. And each one comes with their own unique personality. So Mosh Pit is his molly, where it's thrown out roughly around the same range. I'd like to say a little bit wider than a Viper's snake bite, but it deals a massive amount of damage. It lingers for about 3 seconds, and then it'll explode. If you're in the center, it's instant death with this 150 damage. The outer limit is roughly around 75 to 100 damage, I believe. And then for his Q, or his secondary ability, it is Wingman. Wingman is the most crucial part of his kit because it works in 2 ways. It can either work as a Raise Roomba, where if you throw him out, he'll work at the same as Raise Roomba, knock off walls. If it spots an enemy inside, or dash towards them, and then throw out like a concuss. It won't deal damage, but it will leave them concussed. In addition to that, though, if Gecko is holding the spike, Wingman can actually be able to place and plant the spike for you. So say if you're on Pearl, you're on B site, and you are looking all the way down, if you see the site, you could alt fire or you could right click, and Gecko will be able to plant the spike for you. But not only that, Wingman can also defuse as well. So if you're in a 1v1, you could easily turn into 1v2 if you do have Wingman up. In addition, you also have Dizzy, which is another key part to his kit that's just as good as Wingman because it's his flash that kind of like splattered. Like if you're used to Mario Kart, you might know about the little squid. Inky is his name. Where he'll like stay on your screen for like about 5-10 seconds and he'll splatter ink on your face. That's essentially what Gecko does. He gets deployed out similar to like how a Reyna eye works. Except then he'll kind of like fall off. Wrong thing, my bad. Alright, and then looks like we are joining the party. I'll go ahead and get in my spot. But anyways, so how that works is you essentially throw like a Reyna eye. You could throw it either high or low. Dizzy will go up in the air.
Take your time.
Hang on, let me just mute one thing real quick. There we go. We should be good now. Anyways, he throws this thing out like an eye, and if it spots you, you get inked. However, one thing to note about his kit, it is dodgeable. So if you are able to react in time, you can easily dodge it. In addition to that, his ultimate, Thrash. If you're familiar with Overwatch, if you are familiar with it on this channel, it works similar to how Junkrat's ultimate works. You deploy it out, you're able to move it around. It's got a really large amount of HP. And then, here's the thing. Instead of dealing for a massive amount of damage, it does AoE damage. And if it hits, it leaves you... no, not nullified. Yeah, what's the word? The terminology used for it. It leaves you detained. Meaning you cannot move, you can't access your abilities, and you can barely move around for about 10 seconds. Which is insane. And then here's the best part about it, or the most insane part about his kit. With his passive kind of, every time he uses an ability, instead of having like 2 flashes and like 1 wingman, or 2 mosh pits and 1 use with the thrash, he could reuse, he could pick up all his abilities for a short 15 seconds. Yeah, 15 seconds to be able to regather your kit and be able to reuse it again and again. And for us, Gecko just got activated this week, so we should hopefully be able to see Gecko come into play this week. We shall see what comes into fruition, though. But what will come into fruition, though, is going to be what our map picks are. As we are seeing a diverse amount of map picks heading into this week, let's go ahead and take a look at those. Starting off, we are going to be heading over to Fracture to start things out. Fracture is a interesting map. Not many teams in NECC have played it, but this can be our second week in a row seeing Fresno State Red play it. Last week it didn't go as well for them, so we'll see how things will transition from there. Following Fracture on map number 2, guaranteed we will be able to see Split. This was also Fresno State's pick last week, which once again did not go in their favor. They had a strong defense, but when it just wasn't simply good enough as they got rolled on the attack, because this map is heavily defensive sided. You want to at least get to 8 to give yourself a good little cushion. So I'm excited to see how Fresno State plays off Split as well. Then finally, to end things off, we will be heading on over to Lotus. Lotus, like I said, is the newest map. And this map is very different from the way you would play Haven, as you have so many more ways to opportunities to be able to kind of pivot over to a different site, whereas those doors and the breakable door that's in between A and B site gives you so many opportunities to just transition and switch things over, try to throw the defense off. Plus, it is definitely harder to rotate on this map as well, though. If you decide to go like a longer route, it will heavily delay your push. And we have yet to see Fresno State play on this map, so I'm excited to see how things will transition over. But like I said, to start things out, we are going to be heading on over to Fracture, where Fresno State are looking to get win number 2 on the season, put themselves in the driver's seat to get that at least a guaranteed 8th seed and get a spot in playoffs. And like I said, Bronco Esports is going to be no easy task for the night. But we'll see if Fresno State is going to be able to do it. We are just waiting for both teams to ready up, and then we will be able to load on into Fracture. So chat, are you guys ready to go? Because I think I'm ready to go. And it looks like both teams are set up and ready to go. We are making our way over to the States and are heading over to Fracture. And this map opens up so many opportunities. Talking about compositions, we've seen team plays Harbor, Viper. We've seen Brimstone essentially get played a lot. For duelists, you typically either see the Jet, a Neon, or potentially a Raze. Neon is more off meta. And let me transition us over to the Agent Select real quick. And as you see right here, you're looking at both team compositions. And it looks like we may be seeing maybe not Gecko's debut. But looking at the Fresno State composition, they are sticking with the guns. Talking to this team, they are going to be having Vince stick with the chamber. It's his best comfort pick. So he's transitioning on over from being more of like a Flex Sentinel, possibly on like a Cypher or a Killjoy. He's sticking with his guns. He's been playing well on the chamber. Has been known to play a little bit over aggressive. We'll see if he is able to back things off, play a little bit more conservative. But as for Bronco Esports, a little bit more of a traditional composition with the Killjoy, with the Brim. Breach, also a very strong pick on this map as well. And the Fade. If you have seen VCT, you'll know Fade is absolutely killer on this map. So it's going to be interesting to see the Killjoy being locked in as well. Fresno State going to be starting things off on the defense, and Bronco Esports going to be on the attack. Yeah, I'm going to be expecting a lot out of the showstopper as well, so we'll see what happens from there. Looking at the way the teams are set up and organized, Fresno State heavily stacking B. and then just leaving Vince all by himself on the A site. And this could be dangerous for him, especially with his position. Even though he has no one, or maybe a killjoy pushing up. Especially the way how quick looks like Bronco Esports going to be playing this out. And Fresno State already here's the turn being placed up. Vince holding the single, hoping for relaxed push in. However, that noise of the trademark being destroyed is going to give them a prime opportunity to push on through. Vince not ready for the slur coming on through. Misses head-on shot, and the first blood going to go to Bronco Esports. And Bronco Esports are already on the site and already get the plan off. However, goes in Ralph playing on in on the flank. The paint shot's going to come on through. Going to get a little bit of damage.
Last player standing.
But not going to be enough. Gozu still sitting with some shield. Going to satchel jump on through with the frenzy in hand. Able to get one. Is going to be able to dodge the fault line. 1v1 situation. Man is going to be low. Spots Cake. And he's going to be able to take him out. The aftershock going to come on through. Not going to be able to delay it. That's going to be the first pistol round on the board. And it goes in favor of the Dogs. A 1v3 clutch goes in favor for Gozu. And Fresno State are going to be first up on the board after a solid round. And the gamble stack does pay off as Fresno State plays a really good retake. But we'll see how long that lasts. Fresno State did struggle a lot on the retake, especially on this map. Their attack was able to turn things around against Fullerton, but they struggled on the defense, especially when it comes to retakes. So we'll see how Fresno State's going to be able to fare this time around. And Fresno State playing a similar strat, playing this heavily, looking to just pinch onto Bronco Esports and relax all by himself. Misses every single bullet, but that is essentially going to make site free for Bronco Esports as Party Kid and the rest of the teams are already on site. And Party Kid already in an aggressive angle. Spots Vince. Missed the shot though, and Vince is able to capitalize off of it. And here comes the rest of Fresno State. Sushi able to convert, and Fresno State are pushing up one by one. Gozu has a judge in hand. Gets the shot he needs. Leaves it all up to one. Cake all by himself once again, just has a stinger and 3 HP. Does have a couple members though. Takes a shot and misses. Vince gets the peek out. Is going to be able to get taken out. And Sushi gets the angle he needs. Gonna take out Cake. And we won't see another clutch as Bronco Esports are down 0-2. And once again, an aggressive play coming on in through for Fresno State has paid off. But they got to be cautious now, as right now, Bronco Esports, they are going to have full weapons. They are going to be able to buy up. The only one is Cake, who did have the hero stinger in the previous round, is going to have to be forced to just stick with the stinger itself. And Fresno State sticking with the same game plan of just forcing a gamble on B. And here comes the showstopper as well from Gozu. He's looking to push on through. The showstopper, though, going to run out of time. And unfortunately for them, Bronco Esports is already on the site. And Party Kid gonna spot Skies lurking in the smoke. And, ooh, a good swing from Game Store. And that's going to result in a flawless for Bronco Esports. And Fresno State anticipating a B-side push. Took a major risk in activating that showstopper early. And unfortunately for them, it just simply did not pay off. As Cal Poly Panoma get their first on the board and are going to be able to come away with it flawlessly. So they're going to be able to keep all their weapons, no damage to their economy. Fresno State on a full buy. And they should have enough for Cal Poly, at least. If they do lose this round, they should have enough. And Vince sprays on through. And while shooting the Prowler, he gets a headshot on Game Store. So Cal Poly without a smoke and now without a duelist as Vince wins that second engage. And Cal Poly up at doors in kind of a tough spot as Fresno State has already rotated. Cake with that Singer, not going to be able to win that fight against Sushi, leaving them in a 2v5. And Mikey in a bad spot here. Going to be forced to play things slow. Vince has him in his sights. Oh, the timing. Going to be unnoticed here. I don't think Sushi's unaware of Mikey's position. And Mikey is well aware of Sushi's now. As Relax. Trying to push up main. Making his way up on Hall. Does hear the trademark. He's looking for the first engage. And Mikey's going to be spotted. Able to take down Sushi. And Vince is going to go down as well. Mikey able to get down a second. And this 2v5 quickly turning into a 2v3.
Spike planted.
And Gozu just has a judge, so he's only going to be able to take a close quarters fight. And Relax wins that fight against Ralph. And hold up. Cal Poly showing some signs of life. That Mir isn't going to spot him. Gozu able to push on through, able to get Mikey, leaving it up to Relax. What can Relax do? Gozu pushes on through, and he's going to win the fight. The Nanoswarm thrown out, but the dogs, they're going to have plenty of time.
Thanks.
And despite a little bit of a scare, almost a 2v5 clutch from Cal Poly. Fresno State is going to be able to win the round. And the dogs, they're going to stick and maintain a 2-round lead. Gozu currently sticking as the top frag. However, Game Store making a nod for himself already early on. And, oh, that's unfortunate. You know what? We saw nothing. We didn't see a wasted satchel. Gozu only needs one satchel, right, chat? He only needs one. And as you look, a change of positions coming on through for Cal Poly. And a change from Vince as well. Gonna spot Party Kid. But Party Kid swings out at the perfect time. Gonna be able to take down Vince. And Fresno State coming quick on to a potential retake.
Spike planted.
And goes to aware of possibly Game Store's position. Comes on through. Tries to take the fight with Game Store. But luckily, Sushi able to get the trade, but does go down. And the timing for Ralph. But he's able to get two. Party Kid is low, but Party Kid's going to be able to convert through with the headshot. And Bronco Esports are back up on the board with their second. And just a series of just unfortunate timings for the dogs. They saw the position. You saw Gozu pushing from rope to door into hall. Try to take a fight with Party... Try to take a fight with Game Store, but unfortunately just got hit from behind. The crossfire, just able to overextend. And Gozu once again does have a showstopper available. The paint shot's going to come on through. Here comes the Prowler as well. And Fresno State, they're denying this hard push as Vince does have the tour de force available. Takes a shot and it's going to connect. A couple trades coming out there, and here comes the showstopper as well. But Party Kid, he's going to go down. And that just makes it a 2v4. And you're looking at this position. Whereas they have an opportunity in a 2v2. The Rolling Thunder available. But however, you do also have the Killjoy lockdown alongside the... can't think of the name. You'd have two Brimstone Ultimates available on each side as well. Game Store is going to be low, however. Ralph is ready for this. However, he only has a sheriff in hand.
Run. 30 seconds
and here comes the Killjoy Ultimate. They don't have much time left. They have 30 seconds to push. And here comes the smoke coming on through. Relax with the most HP. He doesn't clear back. Not ready for Ralph. And Ralph's going to clear things out on the Thrifty round. And what a round for Fresno State. that's gonna damage Bronco Esports' economy. And what a round from Fresno State. As they played a little bit more aggressive on the defense, and it paid off so well. And they still have goes to showstopper as well.
There.
Off your feet!
And here comes the Rolling Thunder though from Cake. And Fresno State, they're not nowhere on site though. And Vince is gonna go down, unfortunately. And Party Kid's already made his way through. And here comes the Rolling Thunder.
Face your fear.
And
Spike down. B.
Can't think of the name. The showstopper is gonna connect though for Gozu. The Brimwell for Fresno State does not connect. Gozu gonna remain nearsighted though. A couple players for Fresno State deafened as well in this 4v4. Fresno State staying aware of anyone on the flank, but they gotta be aware of this crossfire that's being presented. Party Kid gonna be able to get the plant.
Spike planted.
And here comes the airstrike for Cal Poly. But that's gonna force Relax to go down. And a flick from Skies as well. Another one from Skies. Leaving it all up to Mikey, but Mikey only gonna be able to get one before he goes down. And the Dogs, they're looking solid here on this defense. As they are now doing a solid job with their second round in a row. And the Dogs, they're putting up a good solid string of rounds here on their defense. And we go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard as Gozu able to reach double digits. But Party Kid stepping up to the plate a little bit compared to earlier on. And Vince still looking to make an impact here with this operator in hand. We saw what we could do with the tour de force. And with that leer coming on through, the Prowler gonna spot Vince, unfortunately. Vince though not backing down from this position. As you look at Cal Poly, they're shifting over from the other side, not at bridge, but at their main spawn. Relax holding a position still, though, underneath. As for see, they're looking to pivot over onto bridge. It's Cal Poly that are already pushing all the way to A. And the shots, they're going to be heard, and Sushi just going to play things slow for Fresno State. Just have full utility available. And here comes the incendiary. Sprays coming on through for both sides. Raxo on the lurk, able to take down Vince. So that operator now out of play. And here comes the Nightfall though. Gozu pushing on through, able to get one. Taps the spike. And the fall line doesn't get Gozu as he's able to connect. And the incendiary alongside the aftershock. Able to connect for two. And Fresno State, they're just going to have him stick it. But Cake, he's able to push on through. But it's Fresno State that just have numbers onto the side, able to get the trade. And Fresno State, they're putting up a solid string of rounds. As this is a very different Fresno State team than what we saw last week on this defense.
Does anyone have funds?
And Cal Poly
That works.
able to buy up. Cake, unfortunately, not going to have any shields. So, essentially, 2-tap from anything, essentially. Granted, not really much. And you're hearing this push coming on in through. For Cal Poly, Gozu taken out early. So that's Fresno State's primary line of defense. On this half, already being taken out. A flashbang gonna help Ralph further advance. But Vince, he's gonna have to be careful here. Not aware that there's still a couple people playing underneath. playing down in tunnel, but the rotation is coming on through from onto A. Ralph and Sushi playing a solid position here. Shot's gonna come on through. Ralph gonna win the first engage. Just had the incendiary stir. The Molly gonna come on through. And it's gonna get a little bit of damage, but it won't help Sushi as he goes down. And Fresno State, they're making a quick rotation here. But how's Cal Poly gonna play this out? Cal Poly still playing on the lurk. They're still looking to hit the A site.
30 seconds left.
They do have numbers if they decide to push.
Right there.
Because they no longer have that incendiary to deter anyone away. And this aftershock in a good position, but Ralphie's ready as he's able to connect for 2. And Skies, he's able to connect for 1 more. And nails it there down to a 1v1. Vince, an operator in hand.
Spike planted.
Relax, peeks on out. Takes a fight with a headhunter, and Vince, he's able to win the 1v1.
No fireworks today, I'm afraid.
And the Dogs, they're now up to 7. And fights, Fresno State honestly just should not be winning, have gone in their favor. You saw that kill from Ralph over there at the start in Halls. Does Able connect that kill onto Party Kid? And Cal Poly, they're forced to play more conservative. And that's something we haven't seen from Cal Poly yet. They haven't tried to turn this like very aggressive pace from Fresno State and turn things around. They've been playing things more conservative. And heading into this round, here's the change of pace I was looking for. A lot of util being used right now.
You should run.
Vince in a good spot though. But he's gonna hit it through the wall, and that's gonna negate that damage from the op.
Spike planted.
And that change of pace gonna come in clutch. As Cal Poly, they got the site, and they do have numbers as well. Ralph, very much in the red. Sushi gonna have full HP.
Last player standing.
Gonna be left with full utility once the fault line comes back into play. Knows the position of 1. 1 underneath that underpass. Flashpoint coming on through. Ooh, but a good fault line comes on through. Sets up Mikey perfectly. And a team ace gonna come on through him. Cal Poly are back up on the board after 4 consecutive from the Dogs. And you heard me talk about Cal Poly needing to change the pace. Kind of catch Fresno State off guard, and they were able to do just that. And Vince, he had the good position. But unfortunately for him, the op just shot through the Radiant crate. And it didn't hit for the full 150 that would have eliminated Party Kid. And a lot of utility being used by Cal Poly Panoma. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. And Party Kid coming on through. And here comes the Showstopper alongside the Orbital Strike. The Showstopper not converting for anything though. Numbers currently in favor as it stays at a 2v4 for Cal Poly. Sushi trying to take some shots but not able to convert. And the alarm bot gonna leave Vince Cal vulnerable with only a headhunter in hand. Relax tries to swing but he goes down. And Vince, he anticipates this flank. And Vince, he's gonna spot and able to take down 1, make it down to a 1v2. Vince playing an aggressive push here. Casts a spike, looking for anyone playing it on long, but does anticipate Mikey playing behind the boxes. And Cal Poly able to scrape away the 2v4. And are 1 away from narrowing this lead down to 2, heading into the half. But Fresno State, they're gonna be able to have another good full buy. Heading in as Vince, he's gonna have the tour de force to be able to carry things out.
Does anyone have funds?
However, he's not gonna have. Alright, never mind. He did place on his trademark, so he's chilling. The headhunter now up and active, but here comes the Showstopper. Mikey gonna be able to take down Skies, but Vince able to convert for one.
Down B.
But however, does the spot relax on the flank, so that simply makes things... Hold up, things are now even though, as Gozu, he's able to convert. The Nightfall coming on through. And it's going to leave a big decay for Fresno State. Spray's coming on through for Gozu, just hoping to connect for anything. Spike gonna be planted. And Gozu taking a position here. Gets a couple shots though, but does anticipate the swings coming on in through onto site. And Mikey, the MVP on the round, as he's able to convert with 4. And Mikey, the big turnaround for Cal Poly. As Cal Poly, they ended off with 3 straight. As we are now narrowed down to a 7-5 lead onto the switch. And I love the calm, cool, collected mindset Cal Poly came in with towards those later rounds. They were like, alright, Fresno State, they're playing really aggressive. So why not just let them push on into us? Or rather counteract that. And we just go on the aggressive. Now they're giving us sight for free most of the time. And we'll see how Fresno State plays into this, as Fowler is going to be slowed down off of very aggressive plays coming on through for Cal Poly, and it's already going to be able to take down 2. Fresno State though, playing a little bit of a split push, but Party Kid connects with a headshot here. But hold up, Sushi connecting a string of headshots of his own. However, Fresno State, they do not have the spike. And Fresno State, they are going to have to switch things up. But Sushi down to 11 HP. 1 shot to anything. Finn's going to play a lurk heading on into tunnel. But that turret is going to be able to potentially spot him heading on through.
Last player standing.
And the Killjoy turret. Gonna take out Sushi, unfortunately, and Cake able to finish things off. And it's Cal Poly this time gonna be able to take over the pistol round.
I learned something.
And set themselves in position to finally be able to tie things up.
No charges.
And Game Store actually saving up. Gonna try to ensure, A, if he goes down, he at least has a hero rifle heading into the next round. Mikey gonna be holding onto the Bulldog as their main weapon of choice into this round. And a similar move coming on in from Cal Poly as they're playing more of an aggressive C hit. Party Kid looking to push on through with the Spectre. Taking a couple sprays, able to take down Gozu. A couple trades coming on through as well. But here comes the pinch, and the spike once again dropped into their hands, and it's up to Vince once again in the 1v3. 2 headhunter bullets. Can be able to take down everyone with a headshot if he's able to convert the shots. Well, he's down to 1 now. But here comes Cake on the flank, right behind Vince, able to take him down on sight. And Cal Poly have now tied things up.
Gun here.
And Game Store, rather than force up a Vandal here and even things out, he's gonna just save for the next one. Cal Poly just gonna stick with half shield 2 to buy into the next round, because Fresno State, they know if they're able to take down Fresno State, even with this kind of like half buy they have, they're going to have enough to buy even more into their next round compared to Fresno State. Party Kid missing a lot of shots. As Ralph's able to convert, but Game Store, even with the Sheriff on the flank, able to hit a couple of his shots. And a near flawless round for Cal Poly. They're able to convert the pinch. And it's Cal Poly that are taking a page out of Fresno State's book. Playing aggressive into the dogs. As right now, Fresno State, They don't know what's coming to them. And this is Bronco Esports' first lead on the night. And they are quickly turning the tides.
Where are you?
And Lyric comes on through with the fault line coming on into play. Paint shells getting exchanged onto both sides. Gozu taking a majority of the damage in that exchange. The C's coming on through and Gozu unable to convert, but here comes the flank already. And a flawless round coming on in from Cal Poly. And a great delay in the hands of both Mikey and Party Kid are just putting Fresno State to a halt. Economy for days for Bronco Esports. And looking at Fresno State, if you're the Dogs, you just gotta remain calm in this instance. You're just gonna have to find a way to just hit this quick, because Bronco Esports, they're just playing aggressive and are just looking for pinches. And this is another dangerous spot. Here comes Party Kid, but he goes down. And Fresno State, they're anticipating the push.
Spike down.
And even despite taking out Party Kid, it's Cal Poly. Once again, Bronco Esports just able to just counteract Vince once again. For the third time this half in a 1v3. They're taking Vince on the lurk. Able to get down one. Has another 1v1 he could take, but Mikey ready for the swing. And Cal Poly going to be able to reach double digits first. And with that, Fresno State, they're going to call a timeout. And just a rough one coming on in for Fresno State so far, as they've came up with really good game plans. But unfortunately, like, their attack has not simply gone for anything just because of the way Cal Poly, they're setting the pace. They're setting the tempo. They're ensuring that Fresno State have no way to be able to think about what's going on. They're just forcing Fresno State just to go off pure instinct and gunplay. Whereas they're coming in with just a full game plan with these tough, fast-paced defensive pushes that are just leaving, like, Fresno State, they haven't been able to plant a single time. I think they've only been on the site twice, and they were left without the spike as it just sat in spawn or at bridge. And as we look, though, Fresno State, they do have a couple of ultimates available. The Orbital Strike and the Rolling Thunder are the only ultimates they have up. An aggressive push coming on in through for Cal Poly, but it's making its way over onto bridge. Whereas Fresno State, they're currently onto site. And Cal Poly, they're making their way aggressively all the way to A, where Fresno State's looking to push. Both teams are going to be able to just collide head on. Here, Fresno State, they got to be cautious of the Killjoy utility that is up and available. Train going to be taken on out, but here comes Cal Poly. They're aggressively pushing on through.
One enemy
A couple
remaining.
trades swing on through. Leaves it up to Vince. 8 Headhunter bullets available.
Teleport's ready.
Essentially a Guardian in hand. And I don't think the room is going to spot him. So they're still unaware of Vince's position. Party Kid in a good position here to take this fight. But Vince swing out just the right time. Party Kid able to swing out alongside Game Store. And despite the gamble stack getting negated from Cal Poly, they're still able to convert as both teams met on the A site at the exact time.
That works.
Presley, they're going to be able to full buy once again. But we'll see how they're going to be able to play this out. Once again, it's Cal Poly playing aggressive with that double initiator into a duelist push. However, Fresno State once again playing this up into A. And this time they might be able to reach site. As Cal Poly, they're looking onto this, coming into B. And here comes the Nightfalls that is going to be able to clear things out on A. And Vince able to get the first blood here. And the Dogs finally have an opportunity to strike here.
Teleport's ready. They found my trap.
And the trademark gonna give some information to Vince and the rest of this team. Vince ready for this, but not gonna connect the shots. A 4v4 retake now for Cal Poly. As here comes the Rolling Thunder. Coming in through. Gonna be able to leave 2 stunned. And a well-executed retake for Cal Poly. As that just completely cleared away the site perfectly. As that's going to set up Cal Poly for match point. Fresno State, with placing this fight, they are not going to have a totally busted economy, but they are going to be on a heavy force down to their last creds. And Cal Poly, they have just put up a phenomenal string of rounds. It's that's 10 straight rounds. As this defense
let's play.
has just been put to perfection for them. And a Killjoy lockdown. Gonna be able to negate this A push if it comes on through. The Rolling Thunder coming on through, and here comes the Showstopper as well. And Gozu taking a lot of damage from that turn, and that might cost him. As that Showstopper also pushed to waste as well. Here comes the lockdown and the Nightfall. Gozu able to take down the lockdown. Makes this a 2v3. Gozu able to pick up an actual gun though. But he's gonna go down to some crossfire from Mikey, leaving it all up to Ralph on the site in this 1v3. Brace coming on through. The headshot gonna connect. But Ralph not gonna be able to convert on the second or third. As Mikey gonna get the defuse. And despite the best efforts from the Dogs, it's gonna be Bronco Esports Black taking map number 1 in this best of 3. And you see the scoreboard there. As a tough one, let me go ahead and just switch back because you guys can get a chance to look at the scoreboard. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard as we head into, as you prepare for map number 2. As Bronco Esports, that defense, super solid. I mean, look at the timeline. Just a string of rounds they were able to convert. And then look at the scoreboard. Party Kid, 6 first bloods because of that aggressive defensive push by Bronco Esports. And then if you go ahead and take a look at the plants, Fresno State only able to plant twice, and that was on their last 2 rounds. Fresno State, I will give credit though, their retake was great. 6 times they're able to defuse. Like Fresno State, they played things out a lot better. But at the end of the day, Cake just set up Party Kid so well on the defense. And that just leaves Fresno State stunned. And then that is going to bring us over next up to our next map, which is going to be what we saw last week. And that map is going to be Split. So let's go ahead and talk about Split real quick, because this is another map I thought for Fresno State is going to be a dangerous map. Or, yeah, it is going to be a dangerous map to play against, because on Split, it's a really tight quarters map. And it favors a lot in favor of a lot of race players. Just because of like how quick you can push on in, how aggressive you can play. In addition to that, this map is not bad for chamber. So it could help them out a little bit, but I'm interested to see what composition Fresno State does come on in with. Especially because with Split, it's predominantly in control of mid. Which by Fresno State, in their previous time playing Split, they did struggle because they simply just couldn't get a hold of mid. So we'll see how they're going to be able to turn things around here onto Split. We'll see what game plan Fresno State has. Are they going to be able to possibly come on in with a Sage and maybe bring that in alongside the maybe combine that with the chamber? Or are you going to and hold mid control? Or are you going to play things a little bit different? Maybe you have someone play on like an Astra maybe, or are you going to see a Viper as a smokes player? I don't know. We'll see. But as we wait for the next map to go ahead and start, we're going to take a short little break. But when we come back, we will go ahead and head on. And never mind, it looks like both teams are ready to go. I'm telling you, chat, I have the worst caster's curse. The moment I talk about a map a little bit, and I'm like, you know what, I don't think both teams are ready yet. We're going to go ahead and just take a little break. Both teams are already ready to go. So, we are going to be heading on over into the Fresno State Esports Agent Select, as it is going to be Bronco Esports that are once again on the board with a 1-0 lead. And they're going to be starting off on the defense. Fresno State going to be playing onto the attack. So Fresno State going to be on the right. Bronco Esports going to be on the left. And let's go ahead and take a look at the compositions as Fresno State. They're actually switching things up. We are seeing a double Sentinel comp potentially. But it's going to be Vince playing on the Cypher. And this is the composition 100 Thieves back during their open qualifiers days when Split was in the rotation. Back in 2021 during Masters or during Stage 2 of regional play. This is the composition Fresno State came in with. The only difference is rather than the Astra, Fresno State, they're going to be coming on in with the Omen instead. And then alongside that, for initiators, Sky is the main predominant pick here. The only counter pick would maybe be a Fade. But honestly, with the way like you get info off the bird, I think Sky is the right play here for Skies. And then looking at the composition for Bronco Esports, it's a mirror composition, except the only difference is they're going to be coming in with a double duelist. So expect Mikey to play very aggressively alongside Party Kid, especially on the defense. I'll be interested to see how things play out on that defensive side. But that's going to be enough talk. We will now be heading on over into Split. So Fresno State's going to be started on the red side. It's going to be on the attack. So I'm not going to be surprised with Party Kid going to be holding things up at mid. But I'll be interested to see how Fresno State, how are they going to be able to play against this? Are they going to try to take up mid control early? Because no, with the lack of a Sage, a lack of an Astra, mid is essentially up for grabs. And Fresno State, they could take full control of this if they decide to play aggressively into it and just have the Omen set up a good smoke. And just set Party Kids to essentially be negated. And here we go to start things off. And Smoke already kind of come on through. Party Kid just forced to take a shot. And it's going to be pushed back. The paint shows though, gonna deny any push. And with that Sage Wall gonna come on through. Ooh, but a good blind, but the concuss, it's gonna miss. A good stream from Mikey though, Gozu! A little bit of a lag spike there, maybe? And Sushi tries to drop the spike as Siege goes down the paint shells. And this push from Fresno State quickly negated. Leaves up to Vince, he's already down to 21 HP.
I have retrieved the spike.
In this 1v3. And mid. just a graveyard. As Vince was able to pick up the spike. Going to have to just pull off some form of insane heroics here in this 1v3. Game starting, the rest of the squad already ready to go. Mikey taking position up on the box. Goes down to Vince though. And Vince
30 seconds left.
didn't take a little bit of damage there.
Spike planted.
But I expect Game Store just swing off of each other. Vince though coming around on the lurk, but Relax is ready for it. And Game Store gonna be able to get the defuse, or rather Relax is able to get the defuse off. And that's round number 1 going in favor of Bronco Esports. And I like the push for Fresno State, but once again, it's them setting a more of a slower pace. And it just ends up biting them back once again. As it gave Panoma just plenty of time to just establish where they wanted to be. And they just had an easy setup. Were able to just regroup onto the back of B, knowing the stage wall came through. And it was simply too much time. Paint just coming out through. Looking for Party Kid's position. Here comes Roomba, quickly taken on out as Fresno State, they're looking to hit up mid. And Vince taking out on the lurk. Goes to trying to push on through, but is taken out. But here comes Party Kid on the flank. Ooh, but gets hit despite the Bucky. And a 1v3 once again for Fresno State, and Ralph not going to be able to do anything there. And once again, mid control going to be the pivotal point here. As Fresno State, they are going to be able to have full weapons. No forces on the side of Bronco Esports, so it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Party Kid once again, similar to what we've seen in the past. Players, if they didn't lose their pistol, they keep the pistol.
Cover going out.
And Vince, he's playing an aggressive push, heading on to B. And he's going to spot Game Store out of position. Does get a lot before getting paranoid. And the stage wall going to come on through. Game Store forced to reload, and he's going to go down to Gozu. And Fresno State have all members on site. But here comes a high-flying assortment of players, but they're going to go down. And that's just going to leave it up to Relax.
Spike planted.
And a flawless round denied as Relax takes out Gozu. Spectre in a hand for Relax. Should have enough economy still buy up to a rifle following this round. But even then, it's going to be tough with a whole lot of Vandals looking down your way. And Vince already spotting it alongside Sushi. And Fresno State, they're going to be able to convert one round and cut down the lead a half.
Oh, this is a nice one.
And that's what I wanted to see out of Fresno State. A change of pace. Rather than play things slow, try to establish mid control. Do you know what?
This should do.
They're pivoting really closely at mid. So do you know what? How about we just push things up?
That goes there.
And sure enough, Fresno State found their opportunity. They found Game Store out of position. Vince able to get him down low. And then just had the rest of the team push on through. Oh, but Fresno State's got to be cautious as here comes the showstopper. Vince. Not going to be hit, though. But Mikey anticipating it. But a good swing off from Ralph and Sushi. And they're going to be able to maintain numbers. But they got to be cautious, though, as Game Store is still in a good position here. Goes to push on through and does get some information. And the stage wall going to give them the push they need. But they got to be cautious of Paint Store because he might be able to shadow cloak on through on the backside. Ooh, but Skies, he's ready for it. Party Kid just has an op in hand. Connects for one, but won't be able to connect the second on site.
Win. Show me where to go.
Fresno State, they're going to be able to win that equal economic round. And they do it rather in a solid fashion, able to keep a majority of their weapons. Gozu able to buy up and help his teammates out, as we see, because man only plays on the judge. And I'm liking this pivot here with Bronco Esports on more of an eco. They're playing things aggressive up at mid. And Fresno State playing back, they're ready for it. Not much damage done as of yet. But Vince, he's already playing aggressively onto B. But the rest of the team is playing up mid. And they're winning the fights they need to win. But they gotta be cautious. As they do hand kick a rifle, but it's not gonna help out for much. They use it up to relax with the ghost. Able to convert for one. Picks up a phantom as well. But it's Vince able to convert the team ace for the dogs. And the dogs are able to pick back up a lead. And are able to reach 3.
This goes here. Yes, this should do.
And we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the scoreboard right now because the dogs are looking good right now. I'm liking this more aggressive when need to style. Let's see if this is able to persist though, because it looks like Cal Poly now they're looking to maintain mid control hard whenever they are able to hear it. Especially with this play storm at hand, Party Kid can easily play like that modern style Korean jet, able to just get one and then pick up a rifle. And Fresno State not playing heavy into B yet. They know Party Kid has his Blade Storm. And there's Party Kid able to connect, able to get one, able to get 2. Can he be able to convert the second, third? No, he cannot. Ralph.
Give me a call.
First time we've seen him play on the smokes, and he's doing a good, solid job. Unfortunately, does go down. Leaves up to Vince and Sushi. Sushi gonna be able to pick up Ralph, though. And Vince takes out a Seeker and takes down Cake in the process. They're aware of the push from behind, but Mikey makes it too little too late for the dogs to react. Able to tighten things up. And the Neuro Theft and the Resurrection gone for the dogs. Sir, economic-wise, you didn't invest a lot, but it damages your old economy. Sure, you still have In the Shadows, and yes, you still have the Seekers up as well. But even then, like, the Resurrection is such a win condition.
Cover going out.
And the dogs are going to play aggressively into this. And it's Game Store able to steamroll as the dogs, they simply weren't prepared. And the Neuro Theft gonna expose the position for the rest of this Fresno State team. And here comes a blind. And 4 barrels are gonna stare down Ralph. As Cal Poly, they're gonna gain back their lead.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to die in. Let's win and get out of here.
And Mikey right now, after that big round number 7, he's right now lighting up the scoreboard with 9 kills. And Ralph, we've seen him made his impact going away from the duelist war and playing more of a playing a controller for the first time all season. And it's been doing good so far. A couple burst exchange on now, and Vince, he's taking out on the lurk. And once again, we're seeing Vince trying to play a lurking role. And Gozu blindly taken out through the smoke. And oh no. And Party Kid spots Sushi, but Sushi able to win the exchange. And
One enemy remaining.
ooh, but unfortunately for them, the Showstopper gonna connect from Mikey, leaving it up to Ralph. And the former duelist not gonna be able to win that fight. And Cal Poly gonna extend their lead to 2. And things kind of swinging back and forth through what we've seen. And once again, it's just unfortunate for the Dogs, as that's the second time in this game where Fresno State, they've played a more further back position, and just one unfortunate kill, whether it be through the smokes or just a blind shot, just connecting.
Shadows traveling.
Fire in the hole!
And here comes the showstopper from Gozu, looking to push on through.
Satchel
Not gonna connect. As you could go ahead and just type Rosa in the chat. Gozu though, still playing an aggressive position as Fresno State looks to hit up the B site. But Game Store, he's ready for it as he's able to take down 3.
Enemy remaining.
And he's able to take down
Round
Ralph
D.
and make this a 1v4. And Game Store on the overheat, looking for the ace. But Cake, he's going to be the first one to spot Skies. As Bronco Esports are now able to convert 4 rounds in a row. 5 rounds. Wait, no, 4. Yeah, 4. 4 rounds in a row. And stretch their lead up to 6. And you heard me talk about at the start of the broadcast. If you're on the defense, if you want to remain comfortable, you want to get to at least 7, if not 8. 8 is a good, comfortable position. Especially when you're on the defense, on the defensive side of a map like this. Especially if you have a double duelist. If you're able to set the place like they did on the previous map, they are in a good position. And Vince, he plays as bait
I've got your
as they
trail.
play perfectly into it. As down go 2. And the Seekers gonna spot Party Kid, but Party Kid gonna win the fight. Down to 10 HP, however.
Here.
As gonna be forced to go into a 4v3 retake. But Party Kid, essentially a glass cannon.
Grenade.
And here comes the paint shells. Force Vince to reposition. Gozu
One
though,
enemy
ready
remaining.
for it as he's able to take down a second, leaving it up to Game Store. Looking to pick a position up on ramps. Does hear the reload.
Disappear.
Spots out Gozu.
Sight.
Shoots out the paranoia. Now he's looking to hit the site quick. Teleports on through, but Skies, I think, spotted his backside. As the Dogs, they're going to stop the bleeding. Are able to patch up the wound with a good solid bait at the start. They're going to be able to reach round number 4 for their side.
Oh, this
And once again, the satchel gone to... You know what? Nope, Mikey, you know what? I'm just going to act like we heard nothing. We're just going to ignore that. Looking at where Fresno State's position, maybe another B-side hit. As last round was the first time Fresno State hit up the A-site. Ghosty getting a little bit of information off the Roomba. Jump peeks out. Luckily doesn't take much damage. But Game Store once again able to exchange out a fight. Even despite being down to 10 HP, he's done his job and is able to take out a crucial piece of Fresno State's puzzle.
You will
The
not
wall going to be put on up.
get
Going to give them the opportunity to get the resurrection up. Those who not expecting this position from Game Store. And it's Game Store right now. That is being the main factor here for Bronco Esports. He's able to convert for 4.
One enemy remaining.
And Kaik once again takes away the ace. As it's Game Store
Last round in the half.
who's able to win out the round for Bronco Esports after denying the push. And as we head into the final round, no ults, all but one ultimate off the board. The Neural Theft, the only one available, but that's gonna have to come off of an limb.
that goes there.
And that's gonna put Bronco Esports up to 7. Fresno State looking to make things down to a 2-round deficit heading into the half. But that Neural Theft gonna be taken off the board as Party Kid wins the first fight. Takes out Vids. And he's going to end up away scarless. Gozy going to push on through. And he's going to take out Party Kid. And the side gun be cleared away by Skies. And that's going to give Fresno State the opportunity to just push on through. No ultimates on either side. But Skies gets a lot of information, but he's able to just end up with just a little bit of damage taken. And then watch out for this retake. Game Store has a good position to use his paranoia. But Gozu, he is lurking on him from behind. And Fresno State playing a solid position here on this defensive post plant. Has all up to Mikey. But he won't be able to win that fight against Skies. The Dogs able to cut the lead in half. They're able to reach 5.
Switching sides.
And as we switch on over, Fresno State narrowed down the lead to 2 after winning 2 of the last 3. Despite a lot of momentum going in favor of Bronco Esports. But a great showing so far from Bronco Esports and Fresno State alike. But we'll see how things go in with this double Sentinel comp for Fresno State. It's going to be interesting to see how things play off, especially with them having the Cypher play position on B instead of A. We'll see how things are going to be able to come on through, especially with this fast-paced double duelist. Stray's already coming on through, forcing Ralph to reposition back. And Sushi had an opportunity to take out Party Kid, but Mikey playing on him through from mid. And this is an A push all the way to B. Ralph able to get Party Kid though from behind. And Vince is able to take down Kike.
Spike planted.
Alright, puts things a little bit more manageable for Ralph and Skies in this 2v3. Gonna get a little bit of information from the dog. Blind gonna come on through. Ralph gonna be able to push on up, but misses ghost shots. And there's the ace from Mikey. Finally, despite the amount of opportunities from Bronco Esports, we finally see an ace converted from Mikey. I didn't want to hype up the moment because every time I did, someone just stole the ace. But Mikey, I'm just going to give you an apology, my friend. I am sorry for not hyping up your moment, but you're able to still get the ace and puts Bronco Esports up with their third pistol round on the match. As Bronco Esports now come in with the gun advantage. And Mikey gonna be pushing aggressively onto the site where not a single Fresno State member is located. Skies and Ralph get spotted overextended. Gozu looking for an opportunity here, able to convert one with the shorty. But Bronco Esports, they got things put to a wrap. They dot their I's and cross their T's as they take Fresno State to school on how to easily convert an anti-eco round. And they're able to reach 9.
Yes.
And I called it at the start of this. We had to watch out for Bronco Esports because we knew they were going to play fast and they were going to hit aggressive. And so far, they're able to do just that.
That goes there.
And we'll see how the setup from Vince is going to be able to come on through the one-way.
Cage triggered.
And the paranoia is going to miss. And Vince set up perfectly. As he's able to get the first blood, but Bronco Esports are quick to counterattack. And Gozu trying to play fast and aggressive. Going to be quickly negated by this Bronco Esports black team. And Bronco Esports remaining composed. A good swing from Mikey. Spots Ralph at the wrong time. And the bonus round goes in their favor. And Bronco Esports, they are now at 10. And despite the solid game plan from Fresno State, it's this group play from Bronco Esports that is just too much for the dogs right now. And Fresno State, knowing that they're not playing up mid as much, they're going to change things up. And aggressive push coming on in through as the Seekers come on through. Sushi, Paranoid, and Flash able to convert for one though before getting traded on out. But it's Gozu. High flying on through, but can't do enough damage. Spike is dropped though, making this a little bit more manageable. And there is a dog for a dog.
Spike planted.
But Fresno State in such a tight-knit corner, especially not having weapons. This is a dangerous spot. Ralph able to convert one sure shot. 1v1 now.
Remaining.
Vince able to pick up a Phantom, and he's able to hit the headshot. And Fresno State, they're going to convert on the thrifty round.
Thrifty.
And the dogs, they're not out of it just yet. They're not looking to back down.
But I'll try. One of my cameras is broken.
But what a round from Fresno State.
It's fine.
A hero shot after a hero shot. Whether it's Sushi's headshot on Party Kid, Gozu's Judge,
Yes, this should
that was able to take another Phantom out of play.
This goes here. That goes there.
But Fresno State just able to win first blood after first blood.
Yes, this should do. This goes here.
As the dogs still not in the best position, but it's a little bit more manageable. The Paranoia gonna get Sushi, and that showstopper gonna connect perfectly onto Sushi. Spray's coming on through from Gozu. He's gonna fly on through.
Last player standing.
Oh, the reload comes in at the worst time. He's able to get Mikey. But Cake able to quickly trade things out, and Bronco Esports, they're going to be back up on the board. Things in Bronco Esports 2 away from closing things out. But I would say they do have a couple more ultimates on the board. The Neural Theft, Into the Shadows, and that Showstopper can come into play. We have yet to see a big one from Gozu on the night. So we're just waiting for it to connect. And with this heavy push coming on through, this could be a good opportunity. Not going to be used as of yet as Gozu. He's just sticking with the shorty. And oh, if Party Kid decides to push up the smoke, this could be a big deal breaker. And here comes the Showstopper. And here's Party Kid. It's going to come on through, and it's finally going to connect. And that makes it a 3v5 for Bronco Esports. And Sushi swings at the right time and wins the fight with a pistol. And Vince
One enemy remaining.
able to clear out Clyde.
Spike
But
down
Sky is able to
A.
convert through with the trade. But Game Store, he's not ending this battle just yet. He's been close to converting these before, but can he be able to do it this time around? In a 1v3. And, ooh, I like this what he's doing. He's going for this ult orb that's all the way at B.
30 seconds
And then he's
left.
going to be able to teleport onto ramps, get that spike, set himself up for a post plant on B. And here comes Shadows. The shots are going to come on through, but he's going to be able to pick things up. And in 13 seconds left, he's going to be able to convert the plant. And the Seeker going to be activated. And just give the early position on where Game Store is at. And he's just going to teleport away the Paranoia, not going to get him. But, oh, he just teleports right into Ralph's line of sight. I love the idea from Game Store.
Thrifty.
But another thrifty round for the dogs. And the lead gonna cut down to 4. And Fresno State fighting back in this fight.
Going B.
And like I said at the pregame, Bronco Esports, they are no joking matter. And right now, Fresno State, they are putting up a great fight against a strong team.
Rush them.
And you're hearing
Get out of my way.
the play from Cake. They're looking to play aggressive. And Mikey pushing on through. And that flash gonna leave Vince stunned? But never mind, not for long. And Mikey winning the fights he needs to win. Goes to though, able to connect.
Spike down.
And the resurrection back up on Ralph.
Standing.
But it's this push from Relax from above onto heaven. That turns the tides back for Bronco Esports.
Match point.
Is that going to set them up for match point?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And my first time in a while saying his name all match. But Relax on the lurk is essentially trying to just put the nail in the coffin for Bronco Esports against the Fresno State. And Bronco Esports, they're looking to push up hard again. Vince just with the Sheriff. Sky's able to convert through with the Phantom.
Give me a call.
But it's Mikey.
Where is it?
That is just steamrolling on through. A 2v4 are the Dogs' last hopes.
Last player standing.
And Mikey looking for the ace. The showstopper not going to connect. And that's the theme as Cake steals away the ace for the 3rd time. And that is going to do it. As Bronco Esports are going to win this one in a 2-0 fashion. But the Dogs put up arguably their best performance. One of their better performances on the season. As once again, they faced up against a tough Bronco Esports team. But at the end of the day, they were just too much when it came to flipping it around on the half. I see Mikey there with 29 kills. A 421 ACS. Just way too much. And you combine that with Game Store putting up 13 assists off 16 kills and 5 first bloods, which I'm pretty confident all came in on the defense. It's going to result in that. But let's go ahead and talk about the bright side, though, because even despite the Dogs losing, I think that's a positive. Because even despite losing, Fresno State, they looked strong. This is the strongest I think we have seen the Dogs all season. Where a game and when talking to Dragoons, it's all about how Fresno State's able to like improve their mental game. Their mental looked insanely well here tonight. Just the way they were able to remain composed, win rounds they honestly should not have won. Like you saw it there at the tail end. They were able to convert a couple thrifty rounds. And like one lurk is gone. Fresno State could easily have this 13-7 game. Possibly like 13-11 if they were able to just get the snowball they needed. But I think this is a positive for the Dogs. And they'll hope to carry this momentum in a couple weeks, as they do have one more match left on the season, and that is going to be going up against CSU San Marcos on a match that will determine whether or not Fresno State Red is going to make the playoffs alongside Fresno State Blue. We will be able to find out in a couple weeks' time, as if I go ahead and take a look at the schedule. Let me go ahead. Head over to Champions. Go to the California division. Yep, that is actually it's going to be next week. My mistake. So they are going to still be playing next week, as they will be going up against San Marcos Blue at 7:30 next Monday here on twitch.tv/Fresno State ES. And once again, we will keep you guys notified on if there are any other changes to that. But with that being said, that's going to conclude it for the night. The next time you are going to be seeing Fresno State Esports in action is going to be tomorrow night. Actually, not here, but it's going to be over on twitch.tv/esportsu, as Fresno State Overwatch are in their semifinals match, looking for revenge against UNLV for a spot to potentially play a match at Boise. We'll find out how things go from here. And once again, that match is going to be at 7 o'clock. We hope to see you guys there. Show full support for Fresno State. With that being said, that's going to be it for the night for us, like I said. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you have enjoyed the broadcast and you like to stay notified on Fresno State Esports, go ahead and drop us a follow down below over here on Twitch. If you want to stay notified on any sort of broadcast, you want to, whenever we do go live for Fresno State Valorant, Overwatch, or Rocket League, or next semester League of Legends, and maybe a couple others, who knows. Go ahead and drop the notification bell, or go ahead and head over to our Discord to stay notified and stay alert for any other potential opportunities as well. In addition to that, if you do also want to stay notified, go ahead, for all things Fresno State Esports related, go ahead and drop us a follow over on Twitter and on Instagram at Fresno State ES. But with that being said, from the Fresno State Esports media team, from the Fresno State Overwatch, from the Fresno State Esports media team, from the Fresno State Valorant team, I am Ricky J. Thank you guys for tuning on in. Peace and love, and go Dogs. We'll see y'all in the next one. See ya!
Home Beats.
After Ralph leaves.
So, update, chat, I lied.
Y'all left me, bruh.
Yeah, we know.
Okay,
That's
guys.
intentional.
Okay, so, chat,
I'm
we do have a couple interviews ready to
I
go.
was just joking.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go get my food.
Go for it. So, no interview from Ralph. Hang on, let me go ahead and let me mute the stream real quick because I'm getting audio feedback from myself. So let's go ahead and start things off. Let's go ahead and go with Gozu. So, Bronco Esports, they came in as the second best team in the California division, but you guys probably put up the best fight they've seen all season other than Fullerton. How was your game kind of compared to go up against a tough team like this?
It was definitely something new. These guys are actually really proactive and have like a bunch of tactics to freaking fight us and stuff, you know?
Yeah, they had a lot of good tactics, but you guys did counteract
I mean,
well for the most
we
part.
did try to like also do some proactive plays, but theirs ended up working a lot better than ours, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then one thing I do want to cover too as well, because he did come in with a lot of new strategies. I wish he wasn't getting food right now because I would have loved to talk to him about it. So, Skies, you're taking the bullet for him. Ralph?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, Ralph is here. Cool. Ralph, you're a smoke sweater now?
What's up?
You're a smoke sweater now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got put in the smokes, for these couple games. You know, I've been feeling it lately. I think I do pretty good.
I mean, you played really well. That was almost some, not sure if you follow BCT, but that was almost like a TIG-like performance. Just being able to be like on the top of the leaderboard as the smokes, it's not an easy
I
task.
think that's like
and you
pro
did just
level.
that.
Real talk. Real talk. That's like pro level smokes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let's wake up.
Oh,
These my teammates are doubting me. See, guys, everyone in chat, you hear this?
Just play Jet, bro.
just wait, Jet.
Swear.
No, but you did a good job though. Someone else also did a good job as Skies. You set up your team really well, especially towards the beginning rounds that are on your guys' attack, especially on split. How is that game plan heading into split, especially after having a good start on fracture and then just having it kind of like fall through?
Just setting up my teammates, setting up my top frags to get kills. That's my job.
Yeah, that was your job indeed, and you did a good job of that. And then a fan favorite in the chat right now, because a lot of his teammates are in the chat right now. Sushime, you got a big week this week, especially with you having another match tomorrow for Fresno State Overwatch. How's your mindset heading into this week, dude? Because you got a decent amount on your plate.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my head up, you know, stay positive, and just hope for the best.
Yeah, that's the best mindset to have because you guys should stay positive because next week you guys have a chance to still make playoffs as you guys are going up against San Marcos.
Are we making playoffs?
Ooh, that's a lot of confidence. That's
coming in
what
hot
like,
No. We are though. I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we
coming in
are.
hot next week. They're like
I'm
0-6. I'm not
I'm
losing.
locking
though.
in. I'm locking in that game.
Dude,
Real talk.
we're all playing in person, bro.
For real.
I'm gonna see
Actual.
these guys in real life.
wait, you
That's
guys are
what I'm
going to the game
saying.
room next week? You guys are back in the game room?
Yeah, bro, we better lock in. We
Actually-
We ain't losing.
Actually, let me make sure the USC is open next week.
No, this is part of a new chapter right here. They're printing on our downfalls, bro. Real talk. We about to go up. We about
They
to go
have
up.
it open next week because it's spring
It's
break.
the training arc starting now.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
changing our
starting now.
profile pictures.
So late.
Actually,
I'm changing my name to
I'm gonna start trying now. That's what I'm
We're
saying.
gonna have
I'm
intro
gonna
music
start
too and
trying.
shit, bro.
I'm about to lock in.
Might just
About
start
lock in.
trying. Fuck it.
Hey. Okay, Dragoon, so what's gonna be your guys' mindset heading into next week?
Probably similar to the same as today. Like with our comps, we've been just switching everything up and like trying new things and just practicing whatever. We don't really have like a solid, straightforward like game plan to every single game. It's kind of just like go with the flow and see who wants to play what and what works. Like for the past season, we've had Vince being our IGL, and then Leaf has been our smoker primarily, but Leaf hasn't been able to make it for these past like 3 games. And then like we tried switching up IGLs, so Vince is more like on a passive role, just kind of playing his lurker on the Sentinel, and then Gozu's trying to IGL, and we're just mixing everything up. So I think keeping it fresh is like actually really nice because before we were kind of just in a slump of like things not working and we didn't know what to do. So now we're just like trying to be loose and comfortable and trying to, like Gozu said before, be proactive on the map and take our own fights and playing our game instead of molding ourselves to try and play their game. So I think if we are just proactive and take initiative on the series, then we'll win easy peasy.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna love that mentality, especially heading into next week. And then we do have one final question. We're doing something a little bit different. We are gonna be taking a question in from chat. So this question is going to be for Ralph. Ralph, you ready?
What the heck? I'm eating now.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
what's
think this
up?
is the only post
Eat
game
up,
interview
big
that
guy.
has people eating. So
What you got in
this
bed,
Ralph,
bro?
this question comes in from a former player here for the Fresno State Esports program, Sigetsu. Ralph,
Man, that's my boy.
Sigetsu asks if you miss him.
I miss him for real.
You
A
miss
lot. I
him?
miss him a lot. Man, dude's acting like he doesn't even enjoy nothing. I don't know. I don't think he misses me. To be
Dang.
honest.
Dang. Well, Sigetsu, you heard it from him. Hey, I mean, you know where they're at already, so just hop in the Discord, my guy. They'll drag you in. I already know it. But thank you guys for tuning for getting a little last minute interview with me. I know we haven't done this in a while. It's always great chatting with you guys though. And I think the stream appreciates it too.
Yeah. Thanks, Ricky.
All right, I'm gonna close things out. You guys still have a good rest of your night.
You too.
All right, see
Goodbye,
ya.
Ricky.
too.
Goodbye,
Ricky.
stream.
Bye, guys.
Well, that's it, chat. We got our post game interview. Let's go. Wait, don't tell me I was muted. Yeah, I didn't mute it this time. Let's go. Okay. Excitement aside though, that's gonna be it for the night. Just another recap. Fresno State Valorant gonna be back next week when they play San Marcos. In addition to that, Fresno State is not gonna be done for this week as we have two more teams playing Overwatch tomorrow night on Esports U for their Mountain West semifinals match, and then we also have Fresno State Rocket League with a doubleheader this week as well. Teams and times to be determined because Rocket League always changes things up on me every week. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning on in. Like I said, socials, all things Fresno State ADS. If you want to stay notified and also be ready for a couple things, because we do have a couple things cooking and I'm excited to share them. Go ahead and join our Discord at !Discord. And yeah, once again, from the Fresno State Sports Media team, from the Fresno State Valorant team, I'm Ricky J. Thank you guys for tuning on in. Peace and love, and go dogs. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.